Welcome to IT Free Training. In this video, I will give a brief introduction to Visual Basic Scripting, otherwise known as VBScript. In your organization, you may want to automate administrative tasks to make your job easier. VBScript allows you to automate administrative tasks and can be used for configuration. For example, later in the course, I will look at how VBScript can be used with group policy to automatically configure computers in your company. Using VBScript with group policy, you can replace traditional command line batch scripts. When VBScript is compared with batch files, VBScript can achieve more powerful results than what can be achieved with batch files. VBScript was first introduced in 1996 and is based on Visual Basic. For those that have programmed before using Visual Basic, you will be able to pick up VBScript quite easily. VBScript has gained a lot of popularity due to it being so easy to use and the results that can be achieved with it. VBScript has also been included in applications, referred to as Visual Basic for Applications. Examples include Internet Explorer and Microsoft Office. Since VBScript has been around for such a long time, support for VBScript is available for all operating systems, including and after Windows 95. For this reason, VBScript offers great support for Windows clients. PowerShell is the way of the future, and you may wonder if VBScript is still needed in today's networks. PowerShell requires .NET 2.0. For this reason, PowerShell can only be used on Windows XP clients and up. VBScript can be used on any Windows client, including and after Windows 95. VBScript has been around a long time, so there are plenty of examples of how to use it. Remember that there is also Visual Basic for Applications. Depending on what the code does, a lot of the time, code from Visual Basic for Applications can be used in VBScript with minimal changes. PowerShell has a shell, just like the command prompt does. VBScript does not have shell support. For this reason, with VBScript, you cannot run individual commands. You can only run an entire VBScript at once. I will now change to my Windows server to show you some examples of VBScripts. On this computer, I have created two scripts to give you an example of what you can achieve with VBScripts. For the Active Directory exam, you are not expected to be able to create scripts. Just have a basic understanding of their functionality. In particular, how to create and manage objects in Active Directory. I will now open Windows Explorer to show you two scripts that I have placed in the C drive. The first one that I am looking at creates a user in Active Directory. If I open the script in Notepad, you can see the VBScript required in order to create a user in Active Directory. If you have watched the video on PowerShell, you will notice that the commands used here are very similar. The first command at the top gets the object for the organizational unit that the user is to be created under, and then stores that object in the variable obj_ou. The next command creates an object for the user. Once the object is created, properties for the user can be configured. For example, the next command configures the SAM username. The SAM username is used with pre-Windows 2000 computers. The last command commits the object in Active Directory. If this commit command is not run, the user and any changes made are lost. If I go back to Windows Explorer and double-click the script, this will run the script. You will notice that nothing appears to happen. If I run the script a second time, I will get an error message telling me that the object already exists. You can see that unless the script displays any messages, you may not even notice that the script is run. To get a better indication that the script has run, it can also be run from the command prompt. If I open the command prompt and this time run the second script, audit PC, notice that when I run audit PC, I get a dialog box telling me that I need to add a parameter to the command line telling the script which computer to audit. Every message that is displayed in the script will get its own dialog box, which can get quite annoying if the script generates a lot of messages. VScript is a scripting engine that can be used to run scripts like VBScript. I will now run the VBScript using VScript. Notice this time messages are displayed in the command prompt rather than in a dialog box. This makes it easier to run scripts that generate a lot of messages. I will now run the script again with a period as the parameter. The period parameter tells the script to audit the local PC. Notice how the audit is run and the results are displayed in the command prompt. If I had not used VScript, each of these lines would have generated a dialog each time a message was generated. I will now open the script using Notepad to see the commands that are run to audit the PC. If you look at the description of this video, you can find a link to download this script. Remember, for the exam you only need to have a basic understanding of scripts. You are not required to create a script from scratch. At the top of this script is the command option explicit. Under this are 3 variables that are declared using the dim command. These variables will be used to hold a system object, the command line parameters, and the computer to be audited. The next command gets the number of parameters given in the command line. This is used by a command further down. If the number of parameters on the command line is not 1, the user is given a message indicating the syntax for the command. The next command sets a variable called target computer to the first parameter given in the command line. In this case, a period is used to indicate the local computer, but any computer on the network could be used. The next command runs a function called perform WMI audit. Windows Management Instrumentation, or WMI, is a collection of functions that allows scripts like VBScript to access information in the system. Using WMI, VBScript can access information that can be used for auditing and configuration. The ability to call these functions makes VBScript very different from batch files. Even though function-like behavior can be achieved in a batch file, it is difficult to do and nowhere near as scalable as functions are in script files like VBScript. The last line of the script tells VBScript to quit and return back to the operating system or command prompt. The next part of the script that I want to look at is the function perform WMI audit. This function is what retrieves audit information for the computer. At the top you will notice the variables that have been declared that will be used with this function. The first command in the function displays the computer that is being audited. The next command sets a variable with an object for accessing WMI functions. You will find that in a lot of VB scripts, it will create objects that can be used later to access additional functions. The next section retrieves a number of values from the computer using WMI. These include the OS, CPU, and video card. Under this in the script, all of the values that are obtained are displayed. These will be displayed in the command prompt or displayed individually in separate dialog boxes. At the bottom of the script is the function that gets the value from WMI. Although the function may look complex, what it does is search the WMI instance for that given property. For example, in the case of the CPU, it searches the instance for the operating system. The operating system instance contains many properties, not just the property for the CPU. The function goes through the instance until it finds a match. Once a match is found, it also checks that there is a valid value for that object that can be returned. Once a value is found, the value is returned. You can see that VBScript is quite powerful. A few modifications to this script, and it could be added to your login scripts. The login script could then audit the computer every time it is logged in. This has only been a brief introduction to VBScript. There are a lot of examples of VBScript on the internet if you need assistance in creating a particular VBScript. This has been another video from IT Free Training. Please consider subscribing to get the latest videos for this course and others. Thanks for watching.